And what is good, y'all? Today I have one of my special guests. Actually, I just met you this year.
Yeah. Yes.
April, May.
Something like that. Yeah.
Introduce yourself.
Hello. What's up, y'all? I'm Mami Mia. I'm an artist, songwriter. I'm just now becoming a social media manager too.
Oh, what?
And I'm building that out. Yeah, no one knows. I don't tell anyone this. So
Damn.
I'm running a studio out here in the Bay. I haven't said anything because we haven't formally announced it,
Got
but
it.
that's there, and then I'm gonna start doing that too on the side, and hopefully make that my full-time gig.
That'd be tight, honestly. That I feel like that's a good market to start getting into, especially the fact that you kind of started that whole thing, the April Music Challenge, the content challenge. I feel like that's a good segue into a new career after music.
Right.
Is social media, because social media and music kind of just go hand in hand now.
Yeah, I mean, so that's actually where I started too.
Oh,
Well,
really?
I started doing music first, but then I knew social media was really important for releasing your music and everything.
Mhm.
So I did a kind of market. Oh my God, what is it called? Marketing rep. I was a marketing rep for BeatStars for a little bit.
Oh, nice.
And so I just basically did that, so I would get out of my social media shyness, get out of my anxiety.
Are you like an introvert, deep down?
I think so. Everyone tells me no, you're not, man, and I'm like, no, I'm terrified of
Me too.
everyone.
Lightweight, me too. I'm like, oh, there's people outside, bro.
Right.
I don't want to go out there.
Yeah, it's tough. It's it's a lot of effort to
It is.
talk to a lot of people. I'm really good one-on-one, but when I'm in a group of people, I tend to step back and let everybody else do their roles, and I'm I'll go in where I'm needed.
Yeah, if it's I'm literally the same way. If it's one-on-one, I'm cool, but if it's multiple people, I'm a team player.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna steer the team. I'm gonna be a part of the team.
Right.
So going back on your starting with music. So you started doing music first. How did that journey come about?
Well, I've just been humming my whole life. I've just that's kind of a weird way to explain it, but basically,
okay.
I've just been hearing melodies my whole life. I didn't know that everyone else couldn't hear them. So I first remember kind of writing my own little tunes when I was 5, and then once I was 12 or so, that I actually started writing my own songs. I recorded my first song when I was 12.
12?
I took guitar lessons, and I come from a family of music hobbyists. So my mom, she has the most perfect voice. She has a kind of theater musical,
like a Broadway
princess voice.
Oh wow, a very soft, soothing type of singing voice.
Yeah, and I don't, but she does. But I did get her gift of melodies and hearing tunes. And then my uncle, he produces, and he makes really fire stuff. So he's actually the reason why I was able to start. He gave me my first guitar, and they would record songs at our house just for fun.
Okay.
And it kind of showed me okay, that's how you make a song. Anyone could make a song,
right? That's kind of true. Anybody could make a song if you think about it.
So yeah, that was my kind of exposure to music. And then once I got to high school, I was in 2 rock bands.
Oh wow.
Can you guess what I was?
Singer.
Yeah, okay. I was a lead singer.
My second guess was guitarist, just because.
I think people guess guitar first, which is
Really?
so weird because
I feel like
Filipino,
right? Full Filipino. Yeah, Filipinos kind of have this gift with the guitar, specifically guitar, acoustic guitar, specifically that.
Yeah.
My dad played acoustic guitar. My uncles played acoustic guitar. My grandpa had acoustic guitar, so it just ran through my family too.
Dope. Yeah, I could never do piano. That didn't compute in my head. But guitar, I was okay, I could probably still do it if I didn't have nails. But we're prioritizing the nails right now.
choose priority, one or the other.
Right.
So it was 5 introduction to music, and then 12 was when you started recording your first song. What was the turn point of when you wanted to actually make that a career?
Yeah. Okay. So, I stopped doing music in high school, so about 16 years old, because everyone's oh, you got to go to college, whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm a big nerd. I'm a big fucking nerd. I'm really good at school, and I love science. So I ended up going to college for environmental education. I wanted to be an environmental science professor.
That's tight.
But then, when you're in college, you start doing some soul searching. You're what is my purpose? What is the meaning of life? Why am I here?
Yeah.
What do I do? And so in college I got sick with lupus. I don't know
Oh
if I
no.
told you that.
No.
So oh my god, it still bothers me every day. Like, I'm still dealing with it and struggling
Yeah.
with it right now. But it was really bad when I first got diagnosed, to the point where every day I really believed like I was done. Like, I thought every day was my last day.
Shit.
And like, life hits a little bit different when
Yeah.
you feel like it can be taken away from you.
Yeah.
And so once I did get better, and once I was able to function and move and like, just
Yeah.
exist, then I've found, like, I've treated that as if it was like my second chance at life.
Like your second coming of like, oh shit, this is my second chance, and now I'm gonna do
what
something.
I want to do.
Yeah,
Like,
okay.
I'm gonna figure that out. And so it was funny because I spent so many years running from music, and it's really been the thing that's led me to like so many different places, so many different people.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I've just been using that as a guiding light.
I like that.
Just going where it takes me, honestly. Like,
Hell yeah.
I really should be more strategic, and I should have more plans, but I really love where it's taken me just naturally.
Yeah, I feel like when you go with the flow with a lot of things in
Mm-hmm.
life, it kind of just takes you to where you were supposed to be in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
It's like taking the scenic route home.
Yeah.
You know where
that's nice.
you know where you're trying to go. But if I take the scenic route, I can see a lot of stuff on the way. It might be longer.
Yes.
It might not be the shorter way.
Yes.
Might take up some gas.
Yes.
But it's beautiful
Yeah.
on the way home.
Yeah, I've never thought about it like that.
Yeah.
That's dope.
That my mind kind of just freestyles.
Oh, I
shit
love
like
that.
But
Yeah.
But yeah,
I
it's the
see it.
the scenic route of life is what you need to follow sometimes,
Wow.
and it just takes you to the places where you're gonna end up anyways.
That's lovely.
Yeah. See?
Wow.
Yeah.
He's a writer, guys.
Yes, I do this, man.
Right.
Going back on a side note, you said you were trying to be environmental sciences.
Yeah, I wanted to be a professor. Like, I wanted
wow.
to teach community college, which is
Okay.
like kind of random, but I loved my time in community college, and I think that like a lot of people, like, I don't know, they like need support, and then like in that time, 'cause
Yeah.
that's like a really like, oh my god, what am I gonna do with my life?
I get that.
And so I really wanted people to feel like they could figure science out, they could learn it, like they don't have to be afraid of it. So that was what initially I thought I was gonna do.
Yeah.
But then I realized, Mia, you're late to class every day.
Hey, I'm right there with you.
you're you know what I mean? Like, you spent 18 years trying to get out of school. Well, longer than that.
Yeah.
Trying to get out of school. Why are you gonna rush to go back?
Mm.
So then I was like, okay, well, let's just have fun.
Yeah.
Let's do some fun stuff.
Right.
While we're young, and then maybe eventually I will be a professor. I don't know in what,
One day.
but we'll see.
But honestly, I feel like it's kind of full circle because
Mm-hmm.
you were going to school to teach people how to do stuff, and then now you're going into social media teaching people how to do different stuff.
Yeah.
So essentially, you're still being a teacher in a different way.
Yeah, and I like that.
Yeah.
Like, that's dope. It's like not the traditional like, let's sit down at a desk and
Yeah,
like, give
it's like the modern
presentations.
version of being a teacher,
Mm-hmm.
and you're teaching like hands-on skills instead of
Mm-hmm.
like educational practices. You know,
Yeah.
I feel like that's. I mean, not to say that being a professor is not good or anything or practical,
Right.
but I think it's more so like just being in the modern day. Like,
Mm-hmm.
not too many people have like environmental science degrees or anything like that.
I
Yeah.
don't think so.
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
I know there are lots, but
Yeah, not as much.
not as many people are like, let me do that. Like,
Yeah. I agree. It's funny that you say like for college. Like for me, I went to a community college in San Bruno, and it's called Skyline College.
Yeah. Okay.
And my thing was like I was so lazy for college. If I couldn't find parking, I go straight back home.
Oh man, parking is I'm not gonna cuss. Parking.
You can cuss. Go ahead.
Can I?
Yeah, I say
Parking's a
fuck all the time.
bitch.
It is. It is a bitch.
Yeah, it's. Oh god. Yeah. No.
Because a parking ticket would, at my school at least at the time, would be like $40.
Oh man. Oh god.
Yeah.
That sounds nice now. I'm sure they're like $300 now.
Like $90 or some shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, you tripping? I already paid tuition. Yeah,
no.
hell no, that's not for me. I mean, I will eventually. I'm actually going back to school.
Nice.
Funny
I'm
enough,
jealous. I
Funny
wanna
enough,
go back.
I'm taking environmental science.
Are you really?
I am.
No way.
Yeah, because my lady's
That's so
friend,
cool.
he has his degree in that,
Mhm.
and he has a city job with my county.
Okay.
But he doesn't even live in my county, so I'm like, if he can get it, then I can for sure get it. And
Yeah.
it's a city job, so it's like,
Yeah.
you're guaranteed to
good.
stay there. Yeah,
it's
exactly.
It's a cool field.
Yeah.
I forgot what I was gonna say, but it's cool. Oh yeah, like the classes are really interesting. Like for my major at least, I took like an engine class, like a tractor driving class, because it was agriculture too. Like animal science, like everything. Like I learned like a bunch of different stuff. So yeah, interesting.
Okay, going back to the music side. Outside of college, go to school, y'all. Was there ever a time that you felt like you had to? For me personally, I felt like I couldn't know who I was as an artist unless I found my name. Mm-hmm. Did you have to go through like multiple names, or did you kind of just land on Mami Mia?
Mami Mia came early.
Oh, really?
Thankfully. I mean, I had a list of like bullshit names, but none of them made sense. Like it was all like stupid. I don't even remember what they were, but I remember them being kind of embarrassing. But I was always like, oh, like, is Mami Mia okay? Like, is that too much? Like,
where did it come from though?
Well, I had a lot of friends who like spoke Spanish, and like they'd call me Mommy, and I was like, oh, you know what? I want everybody to call me Mommy. So like,
okay,
here we go.
It kind of just stuck.
And it just stuck.
Did you have a name when you were in a band?
No, I don't.
No
think
separate
so.
name.
No separate name. Yeah, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, we weren't that like official.
Oh yeah.
We just like would play.
See, the way I thought of it is like y'all were touring and shit.
No. I did used to open for bands when I was a kid.
Oh really?
Yeah.
How'd that go?
It was always nerve-wracking because I was like a little girl, and I'd open for like teenage rock bands.
This is when you were like young still.
Yeah.
Oh, so you've been performing for a minute.
I would say I got exposure to performing at a younger age, and like the things I learned back then. Like I didn't perform every weekend or anything, but the things that I learned back then and kind of trained myself to do back then, like I carry with me now. And I think it makes it easier for me to perform. Like I counted all the times I've performed, and I don't even think it's been 50 times, but then
really?
Yeah,
since you were young and up till now. Oh wait, but you did say that you did stop music.
Yeah,
for
I did
a little
stop.
Bit. Okay, well that makes sense.
But like just taking like the very important lessons, and like every time you learn something new, like just building on that. Like even though I haven't performed 50 times, like a lot of people tell me I look like I've been doing this for years.
I'm gonna just say that the first time I met you and the first time I've seen you perform was literally the same day. And from what I saw, like you performing, it seemed pretty like natural, like you've been doing this for forever. And then you handed me like those 2 stickers.
Yeah, the stickers.
Yeah, so I was like, oh damn, her and Jade are like going crazy. Like I feel like y'all been doing this music thing for a minute. Especially you guys have hosted the April content or music challenge?
It was a social media challenge.
Media challenge, yeah. Also, I'm gonna put this on the record now. If I didn't join that, or if I had not ever known about that, this podcast would not be
really
here. Yeah, I swear to God.
Aww.
Because the calendar outline that you guys sent.
Oh, that calendar, it helps, right?
I use that for this.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, what is it that I'm doing wrong when I'm putting stuff together? So like, for example, early 2020, I tried to do another podcast, and it was called the Tabletop Podcast, right? I filmed 2 episodes, one by myself and then one with Mikey V, and then our other homie from like Nebraska. And
okay,
it was all three of us on a it was all of us on a group chat or on a Zoom call. And so I screen recorded everything, made sure I put the audio together. So I spent like 6 hours editing my video and that video together, right? And as soon as I finished it, I was like a proud dad. I was like, you know what? I want to share this now. And so like with no plan, I was just like, hey, y'all, I got a podcast coming up and blah, blah, blah. And I have 2 episodes ready. But then I had nothing after that.
Yeah.
I had no guests. I had no plan, no idea of like who my target audience is, no topics, like no theme, nothing,
Gotcha.
nothing. And I was just doing it spontaneously. And then after releasing the 2nd episode, everybody's like, all right, so what's next? Like what's happening now? And I was like, shit, I didn't even think that far.
Oh man.
So then coming into this, I was like, okay, instead of doing what I did and taking 6-7 hours to edit like one video, 1 hour interview and doing all this and that, I put a timer and I only spend like 2.5 hours at most on one video.
Good.
And then I'm like, okay, this is knocked out, upload it, get the final edits, put it in like the archives or put it in the little folder.
Yeah, the done folder.
Yeah, so I have 13 right now.
Wow.
So instead of having
amazing.
just 1 or 2,
and
I haven't even released an episode yet. So I still got the
You're
rollout.
good.
Yeah, exactly. So like it all came from you guys and like the way that we had to do our content, because I was like, now I got to think of a different way to shoot content.
Yeah.
Because I can't just shoot this every other day and edit it every other day.
Yeah.
It's gonna be too much work.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
shout out to Mia and
my
to
God.
Jade. Shout out to you, Jade. Because
love you, Jade.
Yeah, if you guys didn't put that together, I don't think this podcast would exist. And if it did exist, it wouldn't be going anywhere. It would have gone down the drain again.
God. Wow,
But
that's so dope to hear.
Hell yeah. Shout out to both of you guys. Also, shout out to Mikey, because he's the one who even told me about this challenge.
Yes, Mikey. Oh my God, Mikey's
me
dope.
and Mikey go way back. We go back to, I think, 2013. And I found a video of us rapping in his old closet.
Not the closet.
Yeah, it was the closet booth.
Yeah,
it was so funny.
We all did the closet.
I have a screenshot of the video. It was the closet booth, right? And then one of the comments at the bottom was his sister, and she's like, "Are you guys are seriously recording in my room?"
Classic.
Yeah,
love that.
Who were the artists that kind of inspired you to have the sound that you have today?
Okay. I'll say, like, growing up, it was Alicia Keys, and I don't sound anything like her, but I always loved her and like her mind. But Gwen Stefani, I think she, like, and No Doubt, I could hear how, like, she's influenced me, you know what I mean, like, in some of my, like, choices and my attitude too, and even my, like, outfits. I'm like, oh yeah, like, this is,
I can kind of see that,
right?
like,
she always wears little tops and, and like,
what's
cool
that video?
pants.
She wore like a wife beater with the black jeans or the black pants. What video is that?
I don't remember.
But you know what I'm talking about, though, right?
I don't know if it's the black pants. I remember, like, it was like a white top and, like, red plaid pants, maybe, with, like, suspenders.
But that one.
I think it might have been Hey Baby.
Hey Baby.
Which is funny. I sung that song when I auditioned for Snow White in kindergarten.
Snow White?
Yeah. I got the narrator role, by the way.
Oh, what the hell? They snubbed you?
Yeah, well, I could read really well.
Damn. Hey, at least you know that you can read.
Yeah.
At least you know and they know you can read.
Yeah.
Okay, so Gwen Stefani, Alicia Keys.
I'd say nowadays, Doja Cat was, like, a big one, because, so I've been listening to her actually since maybe, like, 2012, 2013. And, like, it was her song No Police. Like, that is my
No Police.
It's like I'm not gonna sing it, but anyways,
I'll put it in post.
Yes, that song's my, like, anxiety song. Like, if I'm ever like I'll put that song on and it'll just kind of bring me back.
Okay.
But it was that song that made me realize, like, you know, because you see a lot of females, or at least around, like, 2016, like, they were all, like, they're rapping, like, rapping ass, like, females, like, hard.
Yeah.
And like, once I started listening to her, or, like, you know, I came back to that song and I was like, oh, I don't have to be a hard rapping ass female, like, to, you know, to go anywhere. Like, I can just, I can be chill with it. Like, I can, you know, be me. I could do, you know Doja, she's insane. Oh, yeah. Like, she's her. Like, we love it. So she had a big impact. Modern day, a lot of people compare me to Janae. I think that's crazy. I was gonna say, I hear a little bit. Everyone says that, but I think I'm probably just, like, hypercritical of myself. But her voice is just,
it's like very angelic.
Yes,
and like very soft.
Right, and I feel like mine's, like, a little bit rough around the edges, like a little bit like. That's a good way to describe it. Yeah, like, I have a lot of different things, but I feel like it's not quite as serene as hers.
But a lot of people hear it, though. I hear it.
Yeah, a lot of people hear it. And I don't mind that compliment. I feel like I'm like, I can't live up to her. You know what I mean? Like,
I feel like it's not that you got to live up to her. It's more so like, damn, I sound like that? Oh shit. Okay,
I'll take that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like for me, I don't think I had my voice, because I started singing first before rapping.
I love your voice, by the way.
Oh, thank you so much. Oh, you're good. I started singing before I started rapping, and the way I sing, I've never taken a music class. I've never learned how to read sheet music or anything like that. What I did is I'd listen to artists that inspire me. So, like, Chris Brown, Boyz II Men, John Legend. There were some Jamie Foxx songs. When I sing their songs, I imitate their voice. And then I was like, okay, cool, I can sound like them, but what do
What
I
about
sound
me?
like?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so I never knew what I sounded like, so I kind of gave that up and started
Mm-hmm.
rapping because I was like, okay, maybe I don't have a voice for everybody to listen to, but maybe I have the words. I could be the wordsmith that people listen to. And so I started rapping, and then after listening to have you heard of Rex Life Raj?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's my
Love him.
inspiration to go back into singing. So like I'm trying to go back into like R&B type shit.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, you're real nice with it. Like, don't
Thank you.
doubt. Yeah, I love your sound.
Thank you. What intrigued you to Gwen so much?
Well, I love her style and her attitude, and like, I mean, she's cool. She seems nice, and like, I don't know. Her style isn't too fruity. Like, I don't know. I don't dress super fruity all the time. Like, it's a very rare that I dress really like flowery and floral. I know I look like this.
Oh, you mean like dress up,
Yeah,
like hella out there.
Like floral cutesy. Like, I know my face says cutesy, but like my style is more like laid back, chill. But yeah, I just loved her attitude and like how she wasn't like, I wouldn't say she's girly, but like she also wasn't completely tomboy, but like
She was a good balance.
Yeah.
It wasn't like too much on one side, but not too much on the other. She was a good balance. I feel like her and Doja Cat kind of have that same vibe. It's like they're not too girly, but they could be
right
on the other side,
Right.
But they still can spit. Or
Right. Yes.
Doja Cat specifically. What were some of the things that you've learned from performing? Like, what are some like, I guess, some mistakes that you've learned and kind of change the style that you perform in, or like what are some tips that you kind of like learn along the way?
Yeah, I would say my favorite tip that I use is like, this is one I came up with myself. Like every time I do a song, let's say I have like 3 things that I need to hit. I'm like, okay, as long as I hit these 3 things, we're good. So instead of focusing on like, okay, I need to be on stage left here, and then on this line I walk here, and then over here I walk there. Like I'm like, okay, verse 1, we're gonna spin. We're gonna do a microphone trick. And then so at the chorus I'm like, okay, like maybe let's vibe. Second verse I'm like, okay, let's sit down. Cool. We're gonna sit down. We're gonna do the thing, and then all right, last chorus we're gonna hand out the stickers. So like instead of having like notes for every single line, we're just gonna have 3 things that we will definitely hit, and then the rest is just vibe. Because if you have too much that you're planning, it gets overwhelming. You're going to forget. Like, and then the fact that you forget, you're gonna trip on yourself, and then you're gonna be like, oh shoot, I forgot that, and then it's gonna ruin everything. It's like a domino effect. Yep. So that's the main thing I do. And like I actually prepare more mentally than I do physically. Like I should really practice like singing and moving more, but with my health, it's difficult. It's tricky because like I can't move good every day. I can't breathe good every day. So I really just have to work around that. So I prepare more mentally, and like I'll close my eyes and I'll envision like, what am I doing during this part of the song? So I would recommend mentally preparing. I'd say that helps me way more than physically preparing. And like, for example, I performed at South by Southwest. I only ran through that set once because I didn't have time, because I didn't know I was going to perform there until 10 days before my performance.
And how long was your slot?
It was like 15 minutes.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that I was going to perform there. And like the whole time I was there, I love to learn. So I was at panel after panel after panel after panel. And I still work a 9 to 5. So I was working my job for half the day, still being online if they needed help or whatever. Yeah. And then I'd go to panel after panel after panel. And then by the time I'd get home or to the hotel, it'd be like 9 to 10 to 11. My voice is shot from talking all damn day to everybody.
Damn.
So
and
I
you still put
practice,
on the show.
And I still did it. And then, I feel like lately, every time I perform, it's like, oh, this is the best time. Oh, this is the best time. But at the time, that was my best one.
Yeah. Damn.
Just from running through it in my head. And so yeah,
I like that you plan it out in your head. Like you literally. So what I'm understanding is that you envision what it looks like in your head, what you're gonna be doing on that stage like 10 days later. I like that because it's like you don't have to necessarily coordinate all your steps. I have to step over here and then look at this person, and then I have to turn left and look at the crowd here. I feel like doing that probably gives the best experience because you're not giving the audience too much thought into it.
Yeah.
And then because
it's more feel.
Exactly, because music is more of like a share my emotion, share what the vibe is with you. I feel like when you kind of like learn how to share the vibe with people, you lock in a better fan base. Because like for me, I used to like rappity rap like like I have to make sure I say everything, every syllable throughout the entire chorus or entire verse, and then blah blah blah. But then when you say too much, people don't really understand too much. And you know, like some people don't say too much, but they dance a lot.
Yeah.
And then that wins the crowd over, even just by dancing or like they're like kind of moving, you know, in a way that they could see that you're enjoying it. You know what I mean? I like that.
I mean, it's all about figuring out what works for you.
Yeah.
Because you know, I'm not much of a dancer. Like I wish I could dance, but I grew up awkward. I told y'all I'm introverted. You know, I grew up very awkward.
Right.
So like I'm not naturally a dancer. If I could dance, it'd be over. Okay, but you know, I do what I could do.
Yeah.
And like I try to be creative with like making things interesting and not boring, and like just play on that. One time I performed and like it was funny. I did like a
like a mustache
during like I had a collaborator, like I had a rapper.
Yeah.
And he couldn't perform, so I was him. Like this. You know, and it's just like silly stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel like when you can be silly like that, you know, a lot of people get more comfortable around you because like they're like, oh shit, well you could be silly, then that means I could be like that too, you know?
I'm actually really goofy. Like that's one thing that I wish that I could translate more in my socials, but I just there's something in the way there that I'm trying to figure out.
Do you think it's like, well, this is me, like my goal for 2025 is to make more content, and not just music content, just like skits or something stupid that people can laugh at, that doesn't have to be, because like I feel like when you're constantly promoting music, people are like, oh man,
it's exhausting,
like I don't want to just listen to music, bro, like what else you got? You know,
literally.
And so I'm thinking of like doing skits, but at the same time I'm like, is this even gonna be funny? Like if I put in this effort to a joke that I think is hilarious and only like 2 people like it, I'm like, ugh, I'm gonna quit.
Like comedy or like comedic, it's scary for me because I'm like, oh, like I want you to like it, but like, am I funny? Like I'm not really funny, guys. Like you know what I mean?
Like it sucks because like, you know, being an introvert, I'm only comfortable being that funny with people I'm close with.
Yeah, exactly.
So like if I'm in a group, like I was saying earlier, if I'm in the group and I'm comfortable with them, then I'll be like, fucking, you know, I'll be a stand-up comedian, whatever, and they'll say I'm funny. But then if I show up to like some people I don't know, and they're like, all right, be funny, I'll be like,
right.
Like, you want me to tell a joke or what? You know, I don't know how to be funny around a new crowd. So translating that into social media, I feel like maybe that's the barrier.
Yeah, it's. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm definitely switching a lot of stuff up though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start doing like vlogs and like you know, more like teachy stuff. And you know, focus on my strengths. Like I think one thing that I haven't done is like talk to the camera. Yeah. Like this. Yeah. So I'm like, this is perfect. Yeah,
there you go.
Rod.
That's your first step.
Right. So yeah, that'll.
What kind of vlogs are you hoping to do? Like travel vlogs, learning vlogs?
I'll do, you know, just a lot of music vlogs, artist stuff. I'm gonna talk about my experiences with lupus and being a musician, because I mean it's really easy to feel hopeless when you have a chronic illness, and it's been beating me up all year, like and now it's a part of my life, and I know it's a part of like a lot of people's lives, and I would hate for people and myself like to be deterred from their goals and like, you know, achieving what they want to do because they feel like a prisoner of their own body. You know what I mean?
That's deep.
So yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah, that's good though. It's good that you're actually willing to still be a teacher out there, like in any aspect, you know, whether you're doing the social media management or whether you're doing like vlogging to teach people how to do stuff. And then, you know, I feel like a good tip that I've learned through a lot of TikTok videos is if you're teaching something, you can literally do one video like this, like straight 30 minutes talking about something, but break it down into like 4-minute videos each. That way it's not too much in one video, but you're still having multiple content to spread out for a week or a month. Yeah, that's just something I learned.
Secret sauce right there.
Yeah, spread it out, plan, have a rollout plan.
Yes,
have a plan, rollout plan.
Essential.
What was that quote? It's like if you don't plan, or if you fail to plan, you
plan to fail, something like that.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking
something
about.
like that. Yeah.
So plan it out, guys. If you're ever gonna do something to teach somebody, or you're planning on putting music or art out, plan it out. So before we go on to the second part of this podcast, the last question I want to ask to end out on a high note: what do you think was your best performance?
My best performance,
and you could base this off like the venue itself, your performance in general, the vibe of the crowd, what have you.
I did one at a bar in San Jose that my boyfriend said was really good. He said that was the best one I've done. I don't know if he's said that after that performance, so that might still be the best one. I think I do really good when I feel like it's low stakes, you know, when I'm calm and I'm like not thinking too hard about it. And that one I went in like, all right, like we're cool. Like,
when you say low stakes, do you mean like if it's like a headlining show for like a big artist or something, or if it's like a local show,
like
no tickets?
Like if if there's no pressure to
mess up.
Yeah, like I remember I did headline a show in Vallejo. That's where I'm from. And that was difficult for me, like because I have so much pressure on myself because
it's your hometown.
It's my hometown. And I didn't do bad, but it was really hot that day. I was out of breath, you know, like
I feel that.
But that other one, it was chill. It was nighttime.
Yeah.
Cool.
The San Jose one.
Yeah. That one was really fun.
The thing with me is like I feel like when I know it's hot, I don't want people to confirm to me that it's hot, or else then I'm gonna overthink and be like, "Fuck, it is hot." Now I'm sweating because I'm thinking about it being hot.
Yep.
I'll just like suffer in silence.
Dehydrate.
Yeah, I'll just drink water, suffer in silence. It's hot, yeah, for sure. But then when people start saying like, "Bro, aren't you hot?" I'm like, "Yes, motherfucker." Like, shit, don't remind me.
Right.
Okay, so San Jose was your best performance.
I think so. I can't think right now of any.
It's okay.
Yeah.
But I feel like in general, I feel like a good performance is a performance that you were always going to be confident in. Like you don't ever second guess yourself on the stage, even if you do something weird or dumb or like something by mistake, and you still manage to pick it back up and have the crowd there with you. I feel like that's probably the best performance.
Okay.
Yeah, because it doesn't always have to be a big crowd. It won't always be a big crowd.
And it won't. No, it won't. It will not always be a big crowd. And that's the thing. It's like, it's difficult. Like, you got to really psych yourself out. And, like, even if you're only performing for 5 people, like, I want you to feel like, you know, like we're performing for 1,000 people. Like, that's how you got to go about it. I went to go see somebody at South by perform. This man poured water on himself. He was doing the most in the best way. Like, I felt like I was watching like Michael Jackson perform. Damn. You know what I mean? He was really good. And there were like 10 people in a big room. Like, it's so easy to feel like you're performing for nobody. But when you can like perform your heart out like that for a small crowd, like there's something really special about that. And you'll get the hearts of those 5 people. And so now I'm not too concerned about like, oh my God, like there's not hella people here. I'm like, okay, cool, there's not hella people here. We're good. Like, we're chilling.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Less people here.
Yeah. I mean, either way, it's a win-win. If there's 50 people, amazing. If there's 10 people, amazing.
Yeah,
like, we're gonna make the best out of it, regardless.
It's funny because I used to say that in when I used to perform at like open mics in Daly City, where I'm from, and I would say it before I perform. I said 2 things. It was whether there's 1 of y'all or 1,000 of y'all, fuck it, we're just gonna go in. And then the second thing, I would always have like a crowd participation thing, and I would always say, "Can I kick it?" And then I make them say, "Yes, you can." And then, "Can you kick it?" "Yes, you can." "Can I kick it?" And so that was my whole thing.
You would perform at the Rock the Mics.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if I might have seen you.
I'm like best friends with the person who runs
I think because I saw her too at the day we met, and I feel like I probably have a video of you. Like,
Really?
I think I liked your performance a lot. Like, I got to go back into the archives, but I'm pretty sure
What year
that
was
you.
it?
I don't remember years. Maybe it was 2021?
They started 2022.
2020? Okay, 2022. Maybe it was then.
Okay. So it was like the very beginning then.
Yeah, that's around when I started performing, 2020. Like, again,
Yeah.
since childhood.
Going back in.
That was around when I started. So I was like scouting out places. Like,
Got it.
maybe I should go here, there. I went to go see Kersey perform. And,
Oh,
and he
shit.
performed. And then I saw everybody else.
I think that might have been the same day that I met him too.
Yeah, probably.
Did you perform?
No, I didn't. I was just watching.
Okay.
Yeah, that's one thing also that I like to do before I perform. If I can go to the place first just to feel it out, feel the energy, so that when I do perform there, I know what energy I got to bring.
Yeah.
So that's
Like, is it going to be like more of a quiet
Chill,
open mic,
yeah.
or is it loud? Yeah, yeah, I feel that. I kind of like this question, but I'm just going to,
go
I
ahead.
thought I was going to end it on a high note, but what was your worst performance?
My worst performance?
Or what you consider the worst performance?
Probably at like one of the 626 night markets. Oh my god, it was hot as hell.
What is that?
It's the food ones.
In
It's like
SF?
a food festival in Pleasanton.
Oh, Pleasanton.
It's like a food festival.
Okay.
And you can apply to perform there. Everyone can
hell yeah.
apply to perform there. I mean, you'd do great there. It was hot as hell.
Really?
Really hot. And I'm not good in the heat, and I was sweating.
Is it because of lupus?
I've just never been good in the heat since I was young, which maybe it was because of lupus. I didn't know. But I was sweating. I hydrated all day, all for it to leave. And then my voice was all like, ooh, it was hurting because it was so hot and dry. And so that one I remember not being too happy with my performance. But, you just keep it pushing. Like, you're not going to be great every single time.
Yeah.
And you still have to run with it.
Yeah.
And it's whatever. You're going to learn from it. Like, I didn't cry about it or anything. I was just like, all right, now I know.
Yeah.
Drink electrolytes. Keep the hydration in.
Hell yeah. I got to drink all day. Well, up until your performance. Then you drink alcohol or something.
And I'm like, maybe I won't do this festival in July. Maybe I'll do the main one.
Yeah, I'm not much of a summer person at all. Like, I'm more of a cold.
A cold. I see.
Oh yeah. I actually
get up.
had to take off a hoodie that I was gonna wear because I was like, wait, it's gonna be like 63 out there. So I had to take off another jacket. So, going on to the second part of this podcast, every guest that I have on here, I always preference that like, the goal of this podcast is to build a community, have a platform for all my musician homies, family, friends to, share their experience, share what they know. But also, most importantly, is to, share like any mental health stuff or like talk about stuff that you need to get off your chest, any mental health check-ins, stuff like that. Because I genuinely care about how everybody's doing. Because I've been in a place where not a lot of people were able to listen, or they don't reciprocate the things that I'm trying to say, or things like that. So I always try to be like a listening ear, even though I'm not like a licensed therapist.
No, I love
Don't
that,
ever think I'm a licensed therapist,
Yeah.
guys. But I always try to give everybody a space where they can be open and talk about it if you're comfortable.
Yeah. Okay.
So how I start this part of the podcast
This is
is How are you?
How am I? I'm okay. Like I said earlier, my health has been whooping my ass. Last week I literally could not breathe. Like
shit.
my lungs were every time I breathe now, I'm like, oh my god, this is a gift. You know what I mean?
Damn,
And,
that bad.
Yeah. It's been really tough this past year. I've never had to live with this so long. Like usually I'd take a medicine, it'd kind of go away. We're cool. We're living life. We can still drink. I haven't drank really since last year.
Oh damn.
Like I've had maybe a drink here and there, but
you don't choose to go out to drink anymore.
I can't.
That.
I physically can't. Like I can't smoke anymore. Like I do edibles or like gummies, stuff like that. But I can't smoke anymore. I love it hurts.
Damn.
But I mean it's not good for my voice anyway. So it's like whatever.
Gummies are a good alternative.
Yeah, I love. Yeah, the gummies are cool.
Yeah.
So I'm as long as I have that, it's cool.
Okay, then that works.
But yeah, it is difficult. Like with my health, just feeling like I have to say no all the time. No, I can't stay up till 4 a.m. I don't want to stay up till 4 a.m. But like, you know, no, I can't eat this or that. No, I can't do this, do that.
Like be as spontaneous with life as much anymore.
Yeah. And like a lot of days I feel like a shell of, you know, who I used to be. And it sucks. You know, I used to be able to be a crackhead and like do, you know, like not
just be
really
out.
a crackhead,
I mean,
but
not,
like
we get you. Not an actual crackhead, but like just be outside doing, you know, what is it, gallivanting?
Yes, gallivanting. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, I can't do that anymore.
I feel that.
And so it's, you know, I'm in my calm healing girl era, and as you know, great as I feel sometimes, also I'm like, you know, am I actually great? Like, you know, how am I actually? But you know, in this time like that I'm stepping back, I've been able to focus on a lot of different things. And not be as distracted by other things, but then I'm distracted by my health. So
if it's not one thing, it's the other.
And that's one thing I've told myself so many times this year. If it's not one thing, it's something else. And that's how like my lupus is. It's like, if it's not my knees, then it's my lungs. If I can't, you know, if I can breathe, then I can't, like, I don't know what else happens. Like everything goes wrong. I feel like everything goes wrong.
It's just like a domino effect as far as that goes, you know.
It's just like, if it's not one thing, it's something else. Like if my elbows are hurting, then if my elbows aren't hurting, then something else is gonna hurt. Like if, you know, so but it's really just day by day. I think I've gotten better at managing. Like I'm not crying right now. I probably would have been crying like a few months ago if I was talking about this, but this is really the main thing that's like heavy on my heart and my mind, you know.
I feel that.
But you know, we're managing, we're pushing, you know, we're still continuing to keep going.
I'm glad that you're still, you know, finding that drive to keep pushing, even though it like hurts your body every day. You know, you're more limited to do things, but you're not limiting yourself to do nothing, or you're not limiting yourself to do. Well, you're not. What am I trying to say?
I get you.
Yeah, you get over here.
Yeah, like, because I physically, like, I can't do nothing. Like, you know, my mom, everyone will tell me, like, Mia, you need to rest. Like, you can't be doing this and that. I'm like, what am I going to do? Stare at the wall? I don't like to stare at the wall. Like, I'm not really, I don't like to watch TV much or, like, movies or anything. Like, I get, like, antsy because I want to do something. Your
body physically wants you to move and do something.
And my mind, you know. I have a really hard time just sitting there and like relaxing, doing nothing. But everyone's like, you need to do nothing. And I'm like,
nah.
What do you mean? No, I can't do that. Like there's so many opportunities that are like in my lap right now. There's so many like things that I could build or improve on and grow. How am I just going to sit here and do nothing? So it's really just, you know, working with what I have, you know. This morning I woke up, I put away all my laundry hella fast. I'm like, okay, I got energy. Let's like knock this out.
Momentum's going. Let's keep going. I feel that.
So yeah,
I like that. A lot of people that I have on here, when I ask them questions like that, and they share like what their life outside of music is, they always have this this attitude about I can't just sit and do nothing. I can't rest. I got to do something to provide for whoever I'm providing for. You know, what I've told myself, and this is a phrase I've put on myself because I have been this, is a victim of circumstance. So just because I'm unemployed, you know, I can't be sitting around being like, woe is me, like, fuck, I'll never get a job because no one's hiring me. Like, no, there's money out there, go get it.
And I love that in this time you're choosing to do this, like you're choosing to do something.
If I'm not doing if I'm not having a job, what the fuck, why not do this shit?
It's low-key a gift, you know what I mean? Like even like I have a job, security is cool and all, but I'm like, damn, I wish I was doing
it's always the other side of the fence. You're like, damn, that looks tight, I want to go there. So going into, you know, your life change right now, what do you do that helps keep your, I guess, mental health intact? Or like, what is like some self-care things that you do for yourself?
Yeah, I need to work on that. I mean, I have good days and bad days. I take advantage of the good days so heavily. I think one thing that's kept my mental right is like lately I've been having a routine.
Yeah.
So every morning I have this thing. It's called colostrum, bovine colostrum. Like, it's supposed to be good for your gut. I don't know. I saw it in an ad, and I wouldn't advise taking medical advice from an ad. But I was like, fuck it. I'll try anything at this point. You know what I mean? I'll try anything to be healthy.
Hell
so,
yeah.
I have that every morning, and then 30 minutes later I have my green juice every morning, and then it's like, just having little things like that to, like, self-care, to take care of yourself. I'm consuming things that are good for me, and then I'll have my skincare routine is like too long, but having that time to just, like, I have this like facial device, so
the
like
gua sha?
It's like basically an electric gua sha, kind of. Yeah, it shoots like microcurrents into your face. Is it the little
ball on the pole
There's
thing?
2 balls.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds crazy. But like, there's like
two balls in a pole.
Yeah, I
feel you.
That's crazy. But yeah, so I use that every morning, and I think just like doing those little things to take care of yourself. Get dressed, get done up, put on a cute outfit. You know, that's one thing I used to do. Like, if I was feeling down and I was in a funk and I would catch myself, I'd be like, all right, we're gonna dress really cute for no fucking reason, and we're gonna go to Target, and, like, I don't know, we're gonna go get coffee,
just walk around or something. Hell
get out the house. Getting out the house, I think, is important.
Yeah, definitely.
But, like, for me too, it's like I'm just always busy. I always have something on my schedule, always have something I could work on, and, like, it's a double-edged sword, because you can, like, burn yourself out that way to always be busy, but it keeps your mind off of, like you said, woe is me. I'm like, oh no, like, I'm hurting, but it's like, if I have something I'm doing, I'm doing it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not focused on my pain. I'm not focused on what I have or don't have. I'm focused on the task at hand. Yeah. And so that helps keep me moving forward, instead of just, like, staying back in my little corner, like, being sad and everything. Just, like, mentally investing in yourself. Like, I listen to a lot of, like, development stuff, like, all types. Like, I just love to learn. So, just every morning I'll put on something like that, and that really helps, like, keep things in perspective, and like just hearing someone's positive message every single day is super, oh my god, it's so motivating.
Do you listen to, like, the Audible books and stuff?
No, I should. I put on YouTube, and I'm like, all right, like, let's see what's gonna pop up today. Okay. So I like to, like, learn things I know nothing about. So lately it's been a lot of finance, because I don't know nothing about finance. It's been business. I know nothing about business. So, like, I've been, for months, all year, I've been listening to business and finance stuff, because I'm like, I know nothing about this. Right. Let's find out something about this so we can, like,
apply it somewhere.
Be cool. Yeah.
I feel that. Okay.
So, like, and they always have something uplifting and positive and motivating to say, and and
you're good.
Okay. And help encourage me to take the steps that I was too afraid to take. Yeah. Especially with finance, because what the hell is going on?
I feel like a lot of schools should teach finance classes.
They should. I knew nothing about it. I'm still a baby at it, but I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I could do these things and be, hopefully it'll be cool. Like,
yeah. I like that. It's the fact that you even like to dive into stuff you don't know about.
Yeah.
Some people only want to learn the stuff that they already know about.
That's the key, is, like, because I don't know. I like to learn. Yeah. Like, and I like to be well-rounded in, like, my knowledge. So, if you focus on things you don't know, then, like,
you expand.
You know what you'll learn more things. You'll be able to have more conversations with more people.
Yeah.
You can, like, see the world in different ways that you didn't think of before. You're exposed to more. More different mindsets and everything. So that's why I like to do that, and then master that. Like, one thing that I like to do is, like, do the thing I'm, like, the worst at. For example, social media. I was the worst at that. Now people are saying I'm the best at that. It's crazy.
Damn.
Like,
it's crazy
weird.
how far consistency can get you when you apply it.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's all that is.
That's tight. I hella like that. And it's cool because like, you know, I'm kind of doing something similar with this. I'm not just having musicians on here. I've had homies who do film. I'm having directors. I'm having
Really?
I did an episode with my nephews.
Oh, that's so
just-
cool. Oh, you have
like,
your nephews.
yeah.
Just
Because like I wanted to have them. I wanted to give them a space to talk about life, talk about what they're doing with their lives. You know, I want to be that uncle. I've said this on previous episodes too. I want to be that uncle to be like a guiding
that's
light
so
for
sweet.
them. You know what I mean? Because I didn't have too many of that when I grew up. You know, and
Me
to
too.
be there for them now that I'm an adult and they're the age that I was
That's
hoping.
special.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have nephews and nieces?
No, I'm an only child.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but my dad had a kid like when I was 19.
Oh wow.
So,
Okay.
so I have
Half
a
sibling?
half brother. Yeah,
Okay.
he's adorable. I love him. He's 8 right now.
He's 8.
Yeah, he says the craziest stuff. But yeah, I love him, and you know, here and there I'll drop some little bars on him.
There you go.
You know,
You got sprinkle it here and
just
there.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the female version? Because you know, like, oh, what's up, Unc? What's the auntie version of that?
I don't know because I don't have nieces and nephews.
Damn, you're right. You just said you have a half brother.
Yeah,
My
I
bad.
mean, like my boyfriend has nephews. They just call me Mija.
Mia.
Yeah, and
That's cute.
yeah.
Okay. So for the last part, the last section of this podcast. Thank you for sharing all that. By the way, I appreciate
yeah,
that.
Of course, thank you. For listening.
The last part is going to be 3 parts. So the first, I actually have this tin right here.
A tin? Oh my god.
Yeah. And so what's in this tin is, you hear all that stuff? So
I'm
what
excited.
I do for every guest is I have every guest write down 2 questions and you
Ooh.
pull out one.
What or who
Mm-hmm.
are you most grateful for? Why?
Who wrote that?
From I wonder who wrote this one.
Oh, did I write
Name
that?
Rod. Yeah.
There you go. I wrote that on Thanksgiving.
Oh, it's a great question. I love the pink paper too. We love
That's the only
pink
Post-it note I had.
paper. I would say definitely my boyfriend. Someone asked me like on another like interview or my friend asked me on an interview maybe a few months ago like who's my hero, and I literally cried because I was like, wait, it's him.
Oh,
like,
that's beautiful.
He like, I literally could not do any of this without his support.
That's beautiful.
Y'all have no idea how nuts I am. You have no idea how
Damn.
crazy I am, guys. But he helps keep me grounded, calm, you know, safe, secure. Like, he is my safe space, and gives me like the comfortability and space and like freedom to be able to do stuff like this. Like, being with an artist is not for the faint of heart at all. Like, I love him with all my heart. I'm sure you love your lady with all your heart, but it's like there is this creative pursuit. Like, we just always are thinking about it. Always. There's no...
My brain does not stop.
It doesn't, right? Like 2 a.m., 3 a.m., I'm like, damn, I have an idea. Like, it never ends. Even in my dreams, I'm like writing, having ideas. Like, no, literally.
That's
like,
tight.
It's a lot.
It is a lot.
It's consuming. Like, it consumes like almost every single thought that I have.
Yeah.
And like, you know, I hate that sometimes he might feel in competition with that. But, you know, instead of beating up on me for it, or like, you know, making me feel like I should stop, you know, instead he wants me to keep going.
Yeah.
You know, and like, he's the type of person who doesn't quit, you know, once he starts something. And, you know, I might quit. You know what I mean?
No.
I might, you know what I won't now.
Yeah.
But like, you know, before I might have,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know. If I didn't have him pushing me and supporting me and like having my back, you know.
Yeah.
He keeps me well fed and treats me nice, you know, like he gives me a lot of cool stuff to write about.
There you go.
we done some pretty funny things.
There you
and
go.
Sometimes those make it in the song.
Hey.
And like, so you know, I'm super grateful for him, and I don't know if he knows how grateful I am.
Well, if he don't know it, then he
I
knows
hope
it now.
so. I say it every time anybody asks me. But, you know, words are words. I mean, I mean them, but, you know, not everyone receives them the same way.
I feel
but,
that.
You know, he helps me take all my pictures and videos.
Oh, damn.
You know, maybe not all of them, but a lot of them.
But still,
yeah.
And he takes good pictures, I'm assuming?
He's getting better. He is getting better. I will say he's gotten a lot better the past year. We still kind of butt heads a little bit sometimes.
Is it just a guy thing? I feel like we don't know how to take good pictures.
I
don't know. It's just is that just me?
I always tell him he doesn't know my angles, and like, you know, and he doesn't even look when he takes a picture. He just like,
you know why? Because he sees like for my lady, I'm like, she's like, you didn't get my good side, or this picture looks ugly as fuck. Like that. But
I look like Shrek.
But then I'd be like, but I don't see that.
Yeah.
I see my beautiful lady right here.
That's
whatever angle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm like, man, shut your ass. Like, take a better one. Like,
take like 5 more.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm grateful because it's annoying. I could totally see how it's fucking annoying. I'm like, hey, could you take a cute picture of me? Like, so annoying. But he does it anyway.
But I like the fact that, and this is probably the most important word that you've said in the whole description of your boyfriend, is that he makes you feel safe.
Mm-hmm,
and I feel like a lot of people can't really say that about their partners. You know, I'm not knocking on anybody or anything like that, but it's not too often that I hear somebody say, this person makes me feel safe, or I feel like I can be myself around them. A lot of people kind of have to play this role of like, I gotta be a bad bitch, or I gotta be like somebody or whatever. I gotta be alpha male for my women or some shit. I'm like, no, just be yourself, bro. That's why she fell in love with you in the first place. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sometimes I'm like, I think I'm too much of myself for him. Like, I think I need to tone it down a little bit down.
just a notch, like
but
half
he
a notch.
takes it, you know. He
but
takes
see,
it and
the fact that
that.
he's willing to accept you for who you are, regardless of how much you think you are, like too high or too low, he still accepts you and he makes you feel safe regardless. Totally. And I feel like that's probably the best quality you can find in a partner, is when you can feel safe around them, is because that they're you can always trust them and always know that they'll be loyal to you.
Yeah.
To not speak out your name when you're not around. Yeah. Or XYZ. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Before we move on to the second part, I also wanted to shout you out for a second.
Oh, thank you.
One more sidebar, real quick. I did a little homework on your catalog, and I saw that this year alone, you put out 10 singles.
Okay.
And 1 album.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
I think so.
So you had
I'm pretty sure I had
Suffocation.
I've done one of my, I do count my features, but let's see. So I could probably name them. Fool Myself, Light Blue.
Yep.
Brand New. Was it Losses next? I think it was Losses.
Yeah, Losses. Suffocation is somewhere.
Suffocation is October. Plus One. Album. Maybe that was it. Yeah,
there was 10.
There was 10. Okay,
there was
10
singles.
I don't remember them all.
10 singles, and then I think like 8 or 9 songs on the album.
Yes.
That one was Real Life.
Real Life. Oh yeah.
Because I know you had the title song. It was like second. The first one was.
Oh my god. Oh, I know it.
What?
Get It Right.
Get It Right. It was Get It Right, and then Real Life.
Real Life.
In my real life, I ain't answering my phone.
Literally. Sorry, guys.
My bad. I was just doing my homework. I listened to it. It was catchy. It was good.
Yeah, thank you.
But I want to shout you out for that, because like I wrote 5 songs in 2020, and I only released one of them this year.
Oh wow.
You did 19 songs potentially, and you released them all this year. So I'm like, damn, that's a lot of work. That's a shitload of work.
That's the fun part, though, is the music part, and like for me, that's the easiest part, because I'm like, I love writing. So I actually had to take a step back from writing to focus on everything else. Because I'm like, girl, you don't need any more songs.
It's like taking up too much.
You're fine. Like, no more songs, Mia. Let's edit these videos. I have so many videos I shot that I never edited.
You got to put that in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's what I've been doing the past few months.
I feel that.
Editing.
I wish I had that problem. Not even writing too many, recording too many. Because I think that's my biggest...
Recording too many.
That's my thing that is preventing me from progressing my music. Recording? Is because I'm so self-conscious about what it's going to sound like to other people. Even though I have it rehearsed, I know all these songs for like the back of my hand. I don't even need to read my verses to record it.
Yeah.
But hearing the final product, I'm like, shit, are people going to like this? And I keep getting in my own head. Yeah, see, I need to start saying fuck that and just
next
just
time you
go.
think that, just have my voice in the back of your head. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, like, I think that's what makes me able to release as much as I do, because I don't think too much about it anymore. Before, I probably would have been like, okay, like, like, do people like this?
Yeah, like,
but then,
it's okay.
You know, how I think about it is, like, at one point, I loved this song.
Yeah.
So, like, it's the same song. It didn't change. The only thing that changed is I listened to it 80 times. So, like, you know, just put it out anyways. And, like, you know, you'll be surprised. People will love the songs you thought nothing of, you know.
That's true.
It's so weird. And I'm like, it frustrates me because I'm like, what? You didn't like this one? You liked this one, but you didn't like this one?
I didn't put no effort in this one, but you like this more?
This is nothing to me. How come you like that one? Like, this one's really cool, guys. Like,
yeah, I feel like the metaphor for all that is, like, imagine, like, a family heirloom. Like, let's say your mom gave you a teddy bear, and you're like, I fucking love this shit, but everybody's like, you love this thing?
Yeah, that bear's
but
gross.
You don't know what that means to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, this shit has more sentimental value than anything else in here.
Right.
I feel like that's probably, like, the best metaphor for that. So to end off the podcast part, I always ask our guests to give us some words of wisdom or some ways to live by that you could share with the audience.
So one thing that I like to live by, like, in my early 20s was like, try everything, you know, try things that you never thought that you even would want to do, you know. Because and just keep knocking stuff out, like, because you're gonna be, like, one step closer to that thing that you know that is meant for you. Like, because I know, like, a lot of us are doing, like, we do right now is soul searching time, you know. We're finding ourselves and everything. Granted, now I'm, like, 27, so I've done
you're
enough
still in
searching.
your 20s though. You're good.
I'm still searching.
But
not as much as I was before. But you know, like, I don't know, life is meant to be experienced, and you know, so don't sleep on things just because you think, like, you know, you don't have any interest in that, or you can't do it, or whatever, you know. Like, act on it, like, have fun with it. You know, don't take life too seriously, I guess is another thing too, because it's like, it's not that serious. It's really not that serious.
We're
like,
on a floating rock for 70, 80 years of our lives.
That's it. And then nothing,
and
you know?
it.
So just, you know, enjoy the time that we do have here, because it's limited. It goes by in the blink of an eye.
Borrowed time, y'all.
And you don't know if you're going to have tomorrow.
That's true.
You know, you really don't know. Like I said, every day, you know, I wake up and I'm like, oh my God, I got another day. Thank you. Like,
that is probably the biggest thing that we've gone over in this podcast is, like, you specifically wake up and then you're like, damn, I'm here today.
I have another day. Like, I go to sleep sometimes scared that I won't. And that sucks. So, but then it keeps things in perspective. It's like, okay, well, as long as I know that every day I worked at what I wanted to work at, we did it, you know, like, as long as we tried.
You can look back on it and say, like, I fucking did what I could for that. I gave it my
all, you know. So that's, I mean, I'm sure there's more that I could drop, but that's just what came to mind first. But yeah, enjoy your real life.
There you go. Enjoy the real life. And then going back to the first thing we said, life is going back home on the scenic route. You're going to enjoy the view on the way back, you know?
Beautiful.
Real shit.
Yes.
All right. Well, that's it for the podcast part. Do you have a song to perform?
Yeah, I can. I totally can. It's so funny because on the way up, I was like, I've never performed in a car before. I can't do my spin moves. How are we gonna do this? I can't flip my hair. Back, I know.
Oh, but the seat goes hella slow, so you can't.
Right. Yeah. Oh man, but I'm like, okay, I guess we'll just sing like I'm singing in my car alone, right? Like, cause I sing in. Oh my God, you should see me. I'll probably look ridiculous when I'm driving home.
Hey, hey, this is your stage right now. Man. All right, y'all. So this is Mami Mia performing her new song. What is it?
Have It All.
Have It All. Ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
I'm so excited.
You got this. Oh wait, let me turn this off. There you go.
Hey.
You act right, I'll be a good girl. Hypnotized like a black and white swell. Dress skin tight, imagine that off, X-ray blind, yeah, you might sing Georgia. Lights, camera, you can play a part for me. do say at the bottom of a palm tray. Switch to Bombay, mixing cause we not say. Yeah, we mix it up cause we not say. Maybe hit Sao Paulo, keep it on the down low. Making little movies, 100 for the download. Ooey, ooey, ooey. Slow it down some, independent movie. Slow it down some. Hypnotizing, make it appetizing. Ooh, wanna give it to you. Hypnotizing, make it appetizing. Ooh, wanna give it to you. Go ahead, tell me what you want. Ha. Go ahead, tell me where you want it. Ha. You could have it, you could have it. You could have it, you could have it. Go ahead, tell me what you want. Ha. Go ahead, tell me where you want it. Ha. You could have it, you could have it. You could have it, you could have it. Go ahead, tell me what you want. Ha. Go ahead, tell me where you want it. Ha. You could have it, you could have it. You could have it, you could have it. Go ahead, tell me what you want. Ha. Go ahead, tell me where you want it. Ha. You could have it, you could have it. You could have it, you could have it.
Woo!
So interesting performing in a car.
I could definitely do the Gwen going Stefani in that. Yeah, that. Okay, I like that. So that was you can have. Wait,
Have It
have
All.
it all. No, you
Have
got
It All.
Have It All by Mami Mia. I appreciate you for coming through, meeting me here,
Of course. Yeah,
taking
thank
the
you.
time.
Thank
you know,
you so much.
Yeah,
this was
hell
so much
yeah.
fun.
Yeah, I'm glad you're on the show. I would love to have Jade, but you know she's having her
Yes.
child with her
Yes,
husband, so
very busy.
let them have their time together, and then we'll get back to Jade later on. But yeah, thank you again for
Yeah,
coming
of
through, being a part of the
course.
show.
Anytime.
Where can they find you?
Oh, yes. So I am on IG a lot. My name is at aka.mami.mia. And I think I'm the same thing on TikTok and YouTube, except it's an underscore. So aka_Mami_Mia.
No dots on that.
And then website is mamimiamusic.com.
Oh, damn, she got a website
Yeah.
too? Okay, it's a first.
You have to.
There you go. That's how you thrive on this market. But yeah, again, thank you for
course.
sharing
Thank
everything
you.
earlier. You know,
This
thank
is
you
so
for
dope.
being vulnerable and for performing. That was a dope song.
Thank you.
But yeah, that's it for the episode, y'all. Till the next time. Peace.
Bye.
Nice. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Hell
That was so
yeah.
fun.